Hey you guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld, back with some more of our little Sanguophage vampire cult, where I think it's time we take a moment out of this series to explain the difference between genius and geniusosity. Hashtag geniusosity. Because many of you at home are going, Dave, you're clearly a genius. I see that. But what is geniusosity? How do I explain geniusosity, hashtag geniusosity, to my children? Let me help you explain that to them. Genius is taking every element of your environment, every available stimuli, and coming up with something wonderful. Da Vinci looks at a dragonfly and says, hey, I bet I can make a helicopter out of that. Picasso looks at I can only assume some horribly mutilated person and says, I bet I could paint something like that. I do the same thing. That's genius. Geniusosity is taking a complete left turn, banging an illegal U-turn, and screaming down the right lane, giving the finger to genius as you pass it. So here's genius, taking elements from my environment. Somebody popped up in comments and said, hey, the Scathe issue. Scathe is permanently paralyzed and contributing nothing at all to the colony, just lying there in bed talking to Jonesy. Okay? What if you hemogen farmed her? What if you use Scathe to harvest blood for Mila? And that way at least Scathe would be contributing in some small way. And I said, wow, that's genius. And here's where geniusosity gives that the finger. What if we make Scathe into a vampire? Because vampires, what do? Heal themselves. I am a very long way from getting a bionic spine for Scathe, unless somebody happens to pop up with one, and we know the problems we've had with trading recently, haven't we? We've had a few casualties trying to trade with people. It's gone very poorly. But I've got a perfectly good Sanguophage here who heals by herself and is ready to implant her genes into anyone she feels. And when you're a Sanguophage, you heal critical injuries on average about once a season. We've researched sterile materials. That's very, very exciting. I'm going to make one of my colonists into an unwilling vampire. So let's just look at research for a sec. We do eventually want to get to bionics. I'm not throwing bionics off the table very rudely like that. We can't do anything until we make the microelectronics bench, but now that I have sterile materials, we can move in that direction. In the meantime, let's keep pumping down the xenogenetics thing. Speaking of genes, I'd like to rip them out of people and implant them into other people. So Scathe, stunningly beautiful. How would you feel about being a vampire? I know, it's geniusosity. Hashtag geniusosity. Mila, you're having a nap right now. Cool. When you're up, I'm going to have you create what I can only assume to be an undead minion for you to play around with. And Scathe will hopefully heal the shattered spine. Maybe not tomorrow morning, but in the fullness of time, that will get healed. And then not only are you contributing to the colony again, but oh, check it, now you're a stunningly beautiful vampire. That's like a thing. Like, they're all supposed to be, like, stunningly beautiful, right? What was that Twilight nonsense? They were all, like, reasonably good looking. Except for that girl. She looked like she was walking around in a constant state of constipation. She looked like she was very uncomfortable the entire time. I didn't understand why that was so popular. But putting that aside, I mean, I think vampires are supposed to be really good looking. And you're, again, stunningly beautiful. So we're going to do that when Mila wakes up. I see Kirk is very slowly working on some art. Boy, I have regrets about you, Kirk. How's the art coming, kid? 30, 31. Okay. And any progress there? Are we going to do any more than... Okay, 30. 30. Okay, wow. It's kind of a slow roll there, isn't it, Kirk? Other things I wanted to do. I want to put another bot recharger station down. I see we've got a bot not in the charger, and do I really only have the one charging station? That seems very unlike me. I usually have a couple of those. Let's put another one of those down. So what are we talking about here? Biotech and mech recharger. Got a lot of space down here. We could pump one down. So let's just put that right in there. I know we don't have enough steel. We never have enough steel. We're going to try and work on that. There's a ton of it up there. All you got to do is go and get it. I'd like to see if we've got any more kicking around. Yeah, there's a big lump of it up here. Is there anything closer by? And there's some more components. Hey, Sissy, what are you doing? You're drawing on the floor. That's a really dumb thing to do. Could you go haul all of those components, please? Let's get those out of, out of the world and into our storage so they don't go bad. Actually, we do have a fair bit of steel on the map. I'm going to target this one for mining, just so we kind of keep that coming. How many yaks do I have right now? more than I'm comfortable with. Is that our tortoise, or is that just a random tortoise? That's just a random tortoise. Okay, somebody go kill that. It's causing too much of a fuss. You can see how upset the yaks are. They're just flummoxed around. Look at them. They don't know what to do. It's a tortoise. It's moving very, very slowly. You can see how concerned they are. I could probably shave off a few yaks, especially males. I don't need this many male yaks. I really only need one when you get right down to it biologically. So let's take out that yak and that yak. I don't really need the food, but I'd rather it'll be less food that I have to feed them, although there is quite a good bit of hay that's coming in right now. I think food is broadly under control. Yeah, we've got 99 simple meals, 84 packaged survival meals, 18 fine meals. We're doing okay on food. In fact, we're doing so okay on food, I might want to think about a backup freezer. Just in case, because we all remember the Great Pantry Fire of 2021. That almost destroyed my colony, but good news, I'm a genius, so I was able to rebuild that with absolutely no food and the potential for no food. But since then, I've often done a backup freezer. In case one freezer burns to the ground, I've got food somewhere else. We'll have a think about doing that. Despite all the recent deaths, Kirk is confused. Yeah, I am too, Kirk. I'm confused as to why I wanted you as a colonist. Really should have checked your age and your health problems. You know, the dementia, the moving very slowly thing. How old are you these days, Kirk? 75. Okay, not really that old in the grand scheme of things. I think most people say that's actually, not that old. But still, dementia, frail, bad back. Notice I'm not making you into a vampire. Although now that I said that out loud, that might be a thought. Mila can only do like one at a time here, because she's going to need time to regrow her genes. But I did notice, hang on, Mila, we're going to have a very important moment here, Mila. Females are all psychically soothed, and Kirk is confused, and somebody's got tattered apparel. Who? Jonesy and Scathe. Jonesy, are you not on the Yeah, you're not on the clothing thing. Okay, no raggedy clothes, Jonesy. Go change into something more appropriate that doesn't have holes in it. I mean, unless you like that sort of thing. Mila, eventually you will heal this toe thing, by the way. What if we bit Scathe here? No, don't strip her. That's a terrible idea. Where's your thing? Where is your thing? Hang on. There we are. Implant genes. Into Scathe. Okay, off you go. Scathe, I'm going to cure all your problems right now. Well, sort of, vaguely. I mean, you'll have a problem with being a vampire. All right, so genes reimplanted. Are you, in fact, now a vampire? Yep, xenogermination coma. Okay. Are you a vampire? Yes, you are, in fact, a sanguophage. Success, Sally Scathe Ashford. Stunningly beautiful. Now, does that mess up your body purist thing? Because that would have been a problem if I'd done a bionic spine. You would have been wicked sad about that. It'll be offset by joyous, but you would have been wicked sad. Are you sad about this? Yeah, you're squeamish. Yep. You're technically considering that to be a new thing, an unnatural enhancement. Okay. Well, you're just going to have to get over it, kid. You know why? Because you're a vampire now. There's no takesies, backsies here. Yes, we've butchered a lot of people. We really have. We've butchered an enormous amount of people. Recreation unfulfilled. Someone had said, pop a television in here. That's a really good idea. So let's go ahead and do that, not just for Scathe, but also for literally everyone else who ends up in the hospital. So let's put a television right there. That'll cover those 3 beds. And I'll think about putting another one down there later. Mila, how long is it going to take for you to do that again? Wow, you're happy. You're so happy right now. You've got a good death rest chamber. Good. I'm going to be working on that. It's going to be even better. You're going to love it around there. What are you sad about? McDowell dying. Yeah, I'm a little sad about that too, Jonesy. A little sad about that, Jonesy. Okay, people died to bring you here. Again, with the Acolyte-specific apparel. Okay, a beret. Can totally do a beret. And yeah, I'll just get you a beret, kid. You'll love it. It's going to be a beret. So let's get a beret going. Lisa's over here working on clothes. So let's make a beret. Make a few of them, because those sell really well. Surprisingly good amount of money for a beret these days. I mean, they are the best hat, that's true. I know, you're thinking it's bowler hat, and you're thinking John Steed. I get it. I totally understand that. It would be a common misconception to say the bowler hat is the best hat. It is, in fact, a beret. It's just scientifically proven. I can't argue with science. It's beret and then bowler. It's not the other way around. How's the rec room looking these days? And do I have any cloth? 0. I have 10 cloth. Really like to get the poker table up or the billiards table or that sort of thing. Okay. Scathe, what was that? A couple of days before you're waking up? 1.9 days. I would love to see that spine regrowing or healing in the next season or two. Again, I have no time frame on that. I don't know when it happens. The only info I have is going to happen about every 15 days or so. So that's one season. So maybe it'll be tomorrow morning. Maybe it'll be 15 days from now. Maybe it'll be longer. Maybe it'll be shorter. Who knows? But Scathe, I have cured all your problems through the, well, frankly, miracle of geniusosity. Scathe, hashtag geniusosity. Frankly, miracle. Like a modern Prometheus, I have gifted the world with geniusosity. Hashtag geniusosity. He did fire. And that was wicked cool. I'm not saying that's not wicked cool. I mean, fires are really handy. I used it the other day to cook something. But I have done geniusosity, which I think one might argue is frighteningly more important than just cooking your food to a safe temperature so you don't die when you eat things. Mila, what are you up to these days? You butchering things? That's cool. That's cool. Get that guinea pig out of there. What's the kid? Oh, the kid's sleeping. What's the kid supposed to be doing? Max hauling. I would love to get a lot of this blood-soaked clothing out of here because we have killed a lot of people. We killed an awful lot of people. Maybe I should make some more kibble with the twisted meat just to use it up. We are kind of moving into all of our food being underground, so to speak, though. Maybe I won't do that immediately. There's a lot of potatoes out here to get. A lot of potatoes. I think I will do that. What's the bill for kibble here? So kibble, we are doing that out of... should be just twisted meat, right? Oh, and insect meat, yeah. But insect meat and twisted meat. Okay, why don't we just make some of that, just to use it up. Make like 5 kibbles. I know we got a ton of hay down here, and the hay lasts for a good long time, but just make a bunch of kibbles just to use up the twisted meat. It'll clear up some space. So after after Scathe gets back up and running, hopefully, she can get back on research duty. And then Jonesy, you could focus on some other things, but right now you're just primary researcher. Somebody want to fuel this at some point? Everyone's asleep. Kaylina, what are you up to right now? You're harvesting cotton. Oh, good, I can get a poker table. Actually, I probably got enough right now. I got enough right now there to do a poker table. There's plenty in there. And I've got other leathers and stuff I can use for clothing. So recreation, poker table. I will have all of those materials, I assure you. So put that nice marble poker table right there. And then we'll do some chairs for that. So a chair there, and there, and there. And then let's make sure we're chopping down some trees here. Decimate the local ecosystem, please. I see we did some up here. I think we can get a little more done with that. I don't think we're done with destroying the environment. So anything up there you want to chop, you go ahead and chop that down. That's fine by me. Go ahead and chop that down. All right. That's a great start. I am enthused now. I know for the last 2 or 3 episodes we've had some setbacks. Some setbacks. Obviously, losing Scimitar Kitty, Cat Benatar, was the greatest loss in the history of RimWorld. That will go down in RimWorld history as the most tragic thing that's ever happened. And then like a couple of colonists too, like Reed and McDowell, both dead. But I think we're really all about Saber Kitty. I know it's Scimitar Kitty, but I never stopped calling him Saber Kitty, and I will always remember him as Saber Kitty, aka Cat Benatar. So we mourn that loss, and we're uncomfortable with the thought of McDowell and Reed dying. We didn't really like Reed that much. He was kind of a pain in the neck. Pun definitely intended for the vampire cult here. Speaking of which, Scathe, I'm going to have to start converting you, because you're not into the butchering humans, and vampires are. They're like totally into that. I know they technically drink blood, but cannibalism is optional and encouraged. All right, what is my best next move? We just hemogen farmed this guy. I'd love to have another terrible prisoner that I can just hemogen farm. That would be great. Let's work on Whitehead. Can you... Scathe is conscious. You can't do it now, but can you start converting Scathe? And then when she's a little more mobile, we're going to throw her onto a blood altar and convince her that being a vampire is awesome, which is hopefully going to work out because she is, in fact, a vampire. We could move all of these, please. Thank you. And then let's finally work on getting those sterile tiles in. I should have enough silver to do that. Oh, yeah, I'm good on silver. I'm very good on silver. So sterile tiles in there, because that'll be nice little boost to our research. Could think about doing it in the kitchen area, something like that, or the hospital. That might be a little over ambitious for the amount of silver I have right now. We can think about that in the future. I still have 1,100 units of gold. I'd still like to enact some kind of trading thing with literally anyone. Kirk's confused again. Yeah, you don't even have to call me in on that one, Kirk. I'm just going to broadly assume you're confused at all times. And just, leave it at that. You know what? Mila, could you bite Kirk more often than you're using up the hemogen that we're actually farming? It's just that's way more convenient. Because all he does is fall over for a little bit. And he basically does that anyway. So it's not really a big deal. I'm regretting Kirk. I'm not going to lie about that. Next. Yeah, I got to get these mechs up and running here. There's too many mechs down. Lisa, could you carry that to the charger real quick? Do I really only have the one charger? I swear I have another charger around here. I've got plenty of space to put one. I could put one up in the kitchen. No reason I couldn't do that. Oh, this one's up. Hang on. Jonesy, why don't you go carry that one to a charger? Thank you. Yeah, pop that in there. Get all these things going in here. That's my constructoid. He could be doing the floors right now. And he's not. My lifter is up and running, though, and moving the vegetables. Excellent. Okay, what would be another good move here? Continuing with the idea of moving inside. I'm thinking, did I say don't sew any of these? Yeah, we could sew this one, though. I'm okay with that one. No, okay, fine. Just stop looking at things. So we're not sewing anything here. We're just going to get this out of here and we're done. What about specifically the heel root one? Did I say we should be sewing things in there? Let's not. Okay, let's work on Plan Underground. Okay, it's not as sexy as Plan Thor's Hammer. Operation Thor's Hammer is a great name for an operation. This is just going to be Plan Underground. It's not even an operation. It's so dull it doesn't even deserve the title of operation. Here's my plan. It's Plan Underground. The fields go away, and then I do a kill box area here. All right, taking out this. We're just going to... What am I going to do with the yaks? I could move the yaks over here. This is an acceptable yak yard. Yaks are good like that. I could do a little barn right here, a yak yard here, and they could live over here. And we just really seal off this area. This is just a no-go zone. And then I'm going to keep the back door over here because I kind of like that. But everything else, so wall from here over to there, and then down, yak yard. The ship is protected. That's key, because you know they're going to go for that. And then all of the geothermal is in its own room, and I think raiders will be unlikely to go for that. We've made kibble. Cool. That'll be a bunch of that twisted meat used up there. Still got a ton of it. I got 600 units of twisted meat. That just seems excessive. That's a lot. That's a lot of demons I've killed. Oh, we've got another yak. Well, that's exciting. Can we get rid of some more yaks, please? How many male yaks? Yak calf, and yak. Okay, I could start neutering them, but, it's free food. It's free food. Between the hydroponics and a good yak farm, we're not really going to need to go out hunting very much. We'll be able to keep this going. Kayleen is working very, very hard over here. Did we start on the poker table? We have. Whitehead's right over here. He's like, wow, I can't wait to play some poker. Don't even know how to play it. Probably terrible at it. Don't know which hand is better than the other. That's me, by the way. That's not Whitehead. That's me. I never know which hand is better than the other one. I just hope to get like 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind, because I understand that. I don't understand the whole full house, half a house, quarter of a house, straight flush, bang, whiz. I don't know. I just go for like 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind, or 2 pairs. I get that one. I understand that one. After that, I'm kind of flummoxed on the whole concept of poker. Hey, Scathe, I'm really excited to see you in 13.6 hours. I'm very excited to see what's going on. We've killed another yak. You're missing this, Scathe. You're missing the yak deaths. I hope you know that. I do have some of these set up to do Psychoid, right? Oh, I definitely do. Yep. Oh, cows are here. Neat. Got some cows there. How many cows do I own now? I own a cow and a bull. Okay, well, that certainly will create more cows, given the right set of circumstances, and indeed some milk. So I got yak milk and cow milk. I wonder what yak cheese tastes like. It's got to be a thing. Make cheese out of anything. Well, milk, basically. I wonder what yak cheese tastes like. Where can I get yak milk? You know, my first thought is Whole Foods, because those weirdos will sell anything. Bunch of hippies over there. Get a haircut. But I don't think even they have yak milk. They have goat's milk. It's the only place in the area I can get goat's milk to make goat's cheese. But I bet you, I could call them. Like, do you have yak's milk? They're probably going to say, like, look online or something, because that's what everyone says. You call somebody's number, and they're like, look on our website. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you're on the phone to me right now. Could you maybe, like, answer my question? And they're like, I don't know. I make, like, $12 an hour. I don't really care. And I'm like, you know what? I get that. I wouldn't care either at that kind of rate. You don't own the business. What the hell do you care if you got yak's milk or not? And by the way, get a haircut. So, do they have yak's milk? My first thought is no, that's going to be some sort of specialty order. Could they get me yak's milk? Do they do special orders at, like, Whole Foods or somewhere like that? Trader Joe's, you know, any of those places that have, like, handwritten products. Like, it's not like Lay's potato chips. It's like Bobby Joe's famous potato chips that she makes one at a time with handcrafted potatoes. There's a solar flare. That's fine. You know, that kind of store. That's going to be the place you're going to get yak's milk. Oh, the cows are here. Oh, good. Somebody went and got the cows. I think my idea of a yak barn or a yak area, a yak yard, is becoming far more vital at this point. I got a lot of animals over there. So this growing zone, we'll just go ahead and delete that. And same here, delete that one. And delete that one. It looks like we've harvested everything out of here. We'll let this go until we get the stuff out of here. Obviously, same with the corn. We won't delete it until it's actually harvested. I was going to ask why it's dark in here, and then I just said the word solar flare moments ago. Solar flare. So that's why it's so dark in here. It's because there's a solar flare. Scathe, how are you doing, kid? How's the countdown going on? 37 seconds. You know what? I'm going to wait right here. You're probably just going to stay in bed. It's not actually going to be nearly as exciting as I think it's going to be. But maybe you're just going to pop out of bed right in time for the solar flare to end. Won't that be fun? 2, 1. Okay, you're just going to stay there for a while. Don't make me regret my choices, Scathe, because I don't get to do that again for, like, a wicked long time. I see Mila's chosen a hat. That is not a beret. Mila, first thing, it's going to be 2.2 years before you can bite somebody again. How do you feel about the hat? Are you okay with the hat now? You're happy you're wearing a human leather shirt. Hey, who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be, I say. But yeah, no, it's not that you're happy about the hat. You're not sad that you don't have the correct hat. And now I'll have 3 berets kicking around. People love wearing berets. They do. It is the best hat. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's pure science. It's just the best hat. While I happen to be looking at that room, are there any rooms that need to be dark light that aren't? Whitehead is dark light. The rec room is definitely dark light. Whitehead's moved over to do flooring. I see the Constructo bot has gone to poker table duties over here. And who's got tired apparel now? Scathe. Well, if you regrew your spine... Hang on, mysterious cargo. Slow that down. If you regrew your spine, like a normal vampire, that would not be a problem, would it? You'd be fine. You'd be like, hey, I'm up and about. I've regrown my spine. It is no longer shattered because I am a sanguophage. I drink blood. I love it. Do you have abilities yet? Technically, yes, but you can't do anything about them because you're unconscious. Actually, hang on. You could implant your genes. So it'd be like a reverse pyramid scheme. It'd be like one of them multi-level marketing things. It's just going to go down the ladder instead of up. So Scathe, when you're conscious, you could theoretically bite somebody else. Okay, what is mysterious cargo? Why are you bothering me? A Psylink neuroformer as a reward. Would like to accept some unspecified cargo. I kind of want to do it just for that. That's fun. I'd like unspecified cargo. Unless it's demons. I don't want demons. Nobody likes demons. Yeah, sure. What the heck? This colony is already on the event horizon anyway. So what is the mysterious cargo? It's a pod. Oh, no, 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 not the cube. No, 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 hard no, no, absolutely not. No, I don't care how many times Thomas Dolby says, may the cube be with you. No, hardcore no. Where do I put it? It's got to go away. It's got to go away. Okay, so I battled RimWorld Anomaly for a year. Doing a live stream of RimWorld Anomaly. So I'm reasonably familiar with Anomaly. And here's what's going to happen with the cube. People are going to get obsessed with the cube. And then when they don't have a cube, they go into a cube coma. And they can never get out of it. So before anyone even, like, glances at the cube, can we just say that's forbidden? We never touch the cube. Okay, we never, ever touch the cube. I could study it. Neat. Cool. Yay. Good. Okay, good. We're not going to do that. We're just, it never, you know what? Build a wall around it. New research, yay! Pleasure pulse, no! They'll get wicked happy when they have the cube, but then they get obsessed with it. So, you remember the thing in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where the guy who was in the Jaws movie, I think that was him, it might have been somebody else, he's making the mountain out of mashed potatoes, and he's like carving it, and all his family are like, oh my god, what are you doing? That's what's going to happen here. They're going to get obsessed with the cube. And they will do nothing but cube-related things. They will be wicked happy when they have the cube, but after they don't have a cube, they go into a cube coma, and then they are largely useless. I have 48 marble blocks. Lisa, I know you've been doing a lot of tailoring. Is there a reason that you're not doing more blocks? Pods are here. Things are happening. Hang on. I'm just building a wall around this right now. Boom. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, nobody goes near the cube. Okay, we know that. Pods are here. Where's the pod? Cool. Who would like to have a neuroformer? I think it's got to be the kid. Nothing. I've got an 8-year-old rageaholic who has a pump shotgun. What better idea than to give her terrifying psychic powers? Obviously, what would you do? What am I going to give it to Voltron? Voltron broke up with Whitehead. He made Whitehead sad. So Sissy, my 8-year-old rageaholic with a pump shotgun, is now going to have terrifying psychic powers. I think I'm basically creating, like, Firestarter. Was that the Stephen King one? Where, like the little girl blows stuff up? That's what I'm going to try and make here. I'm going to just create Firestarter out of Sissy here. Okay, so we've done all of that. We're just going to build a big old box around the cube. We're not doing cube, no thank you, no cube. Don't care what Thomas Dolby said. I do not want the cube to be with me. So Sissy, really, word of trust? That's your terrifying psychic power? Like, trust me? But, like really trust me. And the guy's like, okay. That was your terrifying psychic power. You don't want to blow things up, or... I like the one where you slow people down. The burden one, that's one of my favorites. No. Your psychic power is going up to people and go, dude, trust me. And apparently they're going to go like, cool, will do, dude. Okay, thanks, Sissy. Well, we can maybe look at getting you better powers later or something. That was useless. We've completed making ladies' hats. Why, I want to readdress, Lisa, why we're not making stone blocks. We are supposed to be doing that forever. Do you have, like, a ton of tailoring lined up? Shirts? No, we've done all of these. Okay, 3 berets later and you'll be back to stone blocks. And I think the 3 berets are a good idea. Again, they're valuable. We can sell those to people for alarming amounts of money, frankly. Oh, we did our thing. Cool. Let's get... it's going to be a very tight research room, but we're going to get it in there anyway. So 1 high-tech research bench, please, can fit barely right in there. And that leaves me just enough room to put the little doohickey next to it. What have I got for leathers and cloths these days? Looks like I got a good amount of plain leather. Yeah, plain leather armchair. We'll put that there. They're going to be here for a while. May as well give them something nice to sit in. That could go right in there. It's a very tight room. How big a research room do you really need, though? I mean, it's just a research room. You're just basically locking yourself in. This should also have some kind of light, I would think. Light in there. There we go. Hey, Whitehead. Yeah, you can do your convert thing. Can you convert Lisa? She may or may not be, or Scathe rather, excuse me. She may or may not be unconscious. Give it a shot, kid. Just, I don't know, yell in her ear or something. I'd like to see you get up, Scathe. I went to the effort of making you a vampire. I'd like to see some return on my investment. 100 down to 89? Okay. It's not terrible. Not terrible. What is it that you believe in? The unworthy creed. Well, it's completely unworthy. You should believe in the Blood Coven. We love the Blood Coven. Who's exhausted? Kirk? It's because you move so darn slow. No wonder it takes you like 2 days to get to bed. Of course you're exhausted. Look at how slow you're going. I would be exhausted too. Okay, so just from moving from what we would effectively call the living room into the kitchen has taken you like 2 hours. You're so desperately slow, Kirk. This is why you're exhausted. I should set up a series of beds along corridors so you can take a nap in the 2 days that it takes you to walk from one side of the base to the other. Like, we tell you to go do something, and the rest of the gang already went, did it, reaped the rewards, and are having dinner, and you finally show up over there. I'm ready to shoot something. Yeah, we did that yesterday, Kirk. We did that yesterday. You're exhausted. Kirk, I'm exhausted looking at you. I'm exhausted watching you be exhausted. Oh, he's fallen over. Kirk's fallen over. He couldn't get out of the freezer in time. Jonesy, you're reasonably close by. Oh, you're rescuing Kirk already. Yeah, sorry, Jonesy, this happens a lot. This is like a constant state of affairs. Hey, Volstron, could you move those meals, please? Just get that out of the door so the door closes. Thank you. Yeah, it's basically every day, Jonesy. Don't put too much effort into it. Really, I mean, don't. If Kirk dies tomorrow, our lives are largely unaffected. All he does is make very slow art. Very slow. However, if Scathe wakes up and can transform Kirk into a vampire, well, now that's a whole little social experiment, isn't it? That'd be interesting. How many things could be healed there? The brain thing could get healed. Yeah, torso healed. Somebody want to feed this cat? I think Jonesy's on it right now. Jonesy's like super good doctor. Jonesy's right over there feeding Kirk. Okay, we've moved some materials over here. We moved, well, all right, barely any. But progress, not perfection, as they say these days. And actually, in the meantime, why don't we deconstruct this? We can take a break from that. And we'll get that out of there. And then maybe think about what else would I put in there. We've got the smithy. I could put the smelter in there. That'd be another way we could get some steel. Just smelt down some of the steel slag that's around here. That's a thought. Although I'm going to need to leave room for the giant assembly bench, the fabricator bench. I have to think about that long term. I could maybe put the smelter down in here and move the bonsai. I mean, bonsai is traditionally kind of a small thing. I think I can throw that just about anywhere. Kirk, while I'm ranting about you, have you made any art? Have you completed any art down here? Because I'm not seeing it, kid. I see a bunch of urns that we've collected. There's one piece of art. It's an excellent marble small sculpture. Poem with a squirrel. Oh, Kirk. A torso-sized piece of material sculpted into an artistic form. Poem with a squirrel. This carving is shaped like a squirrel. Okay, great start. Okay. Going realistic there. Being crippled, seemingly without remorse. Whitehead seems satisfied. Almost every shape in the image appears to be triangular. Sure. Portrayal tells the story of the harming of the squirrel by Whitehead. The harming of the squirrel. I'm sure Whitehead had a perfectly good reason for that. We've had a lot of animal incursions. I would not be surprised if we'd taken out a squirrel or two. Speaking of animals, how's the cow situation down here? Are we having fun with cows? Kirk's up. He'll be down again in a sec. No point even really responding to that. He'll be down momentarily. So, how long on the corn? Because I'd like to start executing my plan underground at some point in the future. Sissy, what are you doing? You're having a meal. Okay, now you're taking a meal to inventory. Can we just start hauling some of these? I'd like to get them in out of the rain. You're researching. Take a break. Go haul potatoes. And Lisa, I see you're dressing as a vampire these days. Is that a hint? Would you like to be made into a vampire? You're building a wall. Cool. Yes, build the wall around this. We don't go near the cube, Lisa. We never ever go near the cube. Of all the things that are forbidden on this map, that is the most forbidden. I would put like 7 X's next to that if I could. Oh, I ain't dealing with no cube coma. I tell you that right now. No. No siree. It's almost as bad as a flesh mask. I probably just jinxed myself. There's going to be a flesh mask coming any day now. Any day. Any day now. How are we doing on the beret front? Oh, we're done. Okay, good. So hopefully you're going to get back to stone blocks at some point. In fact, have we made any? No, not one. Not one. It's probably because Lisa, who's now dressing as a vampire, possibly as a subtle hint, is now down here. Lisa, you are on #1 crafting, right? Because you're like amazing at that sort of thing. Yeah, you're on #1 crafting. Okay, Scathe, no sign of you waking up in the near future, or indeed healing off your severe injury of having a shattered spine. No, not at all. Okay, and apparently no, Scathe could not bite someone because you also needed like 2.2 years. So neither Mila nor Scathe are going to pass on their vampire genes anytime in the near future. Whitehead finally finishing off the television here. There, now you've got some entertainment. It's probably Jerry Springer, but it's, you know what, that is actually pretty good entertainment. I will not lie about that. That's a guilty pleasure right there. Oshvia, how are you doing these days? Apart from the fact that we constantly take blood from you, how are you broadly doing? Yeah, the blood loss was me. I did that one. You're missing an arm. I did that to save your life. Notice I didn't get a thank you card for that. Probably because you were right-handed. You probably couldn't write a thank you card with your left hand. So yeah, I did that to save your life. Admittedly, I did it very preemptively. So you might recall, Oshviat, you had an infection, and instead of treating it, I really looked as that would be largely a waste of medicine, and I just cut your arm off instead. Some in the medical profession might consider that to be preemptive and possibly a war crime. I looked at it as efficient, expedient, really. You were probably going to have to lose the arm anyway. I just eliminated the middleman. The middleman was me. I just cut your arm off. Okay, so I'm sorry if you're all sad about that, but frankly, I'd like a thank you. Also, we could have this heavy SMG. Hey, Sissy, how good are you at shooting these days? Only 2. Okay, it might be a little early for the SMG. You're going to want a deal of precision with that. But we're going to look at that for you in the future. Sissy, I have hopes for you. I don't know which way the sissy wind is blowing, but I'm ready to embrace it. I'm ready to lift up my arms like that lady on the Titanic movie and just embrace the wind and like pretend I'm flying, which looked really goofy. I don't get that movie. But yeah, sissy, I'm embracing the sissy wind. That's what I'm doing. Okay? I've given up on Kirk. Yeah, if you murder him, that's okay. If you go into your rageaholic thing and just murder him, that's cool. I'm fine with that. Kirk is contributing virtually nothing. Virtually nothing at all. What I would like to get is some more prisoners. I'd like to have a reliable hemogen farm going these days. Now, back to Plan Underground. What I need for that is stone blocks. So I need Lisa committed to the stone block thing, like wicked a lot, please. And while we're just looking at these things, Whitehead, you're digging. Okay, Jonesy, again, researching. Take a break from that and haul those things. And you're feeding Scathe. Watch out, she bites now. And Kaylina is harvesting hay grass. That's neat. I'd send Kirk to do something, but it'll be next season before he gets there. So not really a lot of reason for that. No real reason to bother with that. Okay? Kirk's just going to take... What are you doing, Kirk? Where are you? Where are you? What are you... You're visiting a grave. How long did it take you to walk over there? Okay, because that's like a wicked long time. Is that McDowell or Reed? The title is Reed's Shame. It is Reed. Wait, the title is Reed's Shame? You made a coffin about Reed's shame for Reed. What is the... What's the gig here? An engraving on this sarcophagus resembles Matvey Reed striking compacted machinery while digging. Reed is jumping for joy. Oh, okay, it's not really a shame thing. He's actually pretty happy about things. The image refers to Reed striking compacted machinery. Yes, I kind of got that one. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. All right, it is at least, I suppose, a nice moment in his life. How about McDowell's? What's like the deal with that one? The sarcophagus engraved with the image of a solitary machine persona avatar. Wow. Work is infused with the idea of bloodshed and done in a blocky style. Well, McDowell did go out fighting. Ain't no lie there. Visitors from the Notaron Concord. I've asked before, but I will reiterate the question. How much do those people like us? So if they're +8. I mean, if I were to take them prisoner, they're going to be wicked sad about that. They'll be like, no, that's no good. Mila, go talk to these people. Find out. They're going to have, okay, what are they going to have? They're going to have, like, herbal medicine and a shirt. What have you got? Package survival meals. You got some medicine. I might take that off of you. Another reinforced barrel. Have to think about that. That's about it, is it? Yeah, you'll buy anything, though. How about a human leather parka? Would you like a human leather parka? I bet you would. How much money do you have? Virtually nothing. Okay, I will take all of your medicine, because that's never going to be a bad thing. And actually, I'll take the barrel, because I bet you I can make that up in clothing alone. So one human leather parka and a plain leather parka. Okay, I've made half my money back already. Where are those berets? Did everyone take a beret? I think everyone took a beret. What else have I got? How's Kirk's terrible art? 131? I guess so. Whatever. It's going to take him another year to make another one. Don't really want to sell any of those weapons. I could sell you a few drugs. There you go. That'll help you. And then how about a little ambrosia just to kind of top things off here. So right up to what you can afford. There we go. I'll take that. Thank you very much. We've gone up to 8 to 9. Oh, God, they like me more. The frightening construction, you say? I'm already interested. Ding, interested. Dave's interested. Ooh, honor +12. Honor +12. I see that right off the bat. That's going to take a lot of blocks. And we got to do it within 15 days. Do I think I can make that many blocks? Hold that thought. Have we made any progress in the block game? Actually, we have. We're up to 109 already, and that was almost 0. If Lisa hyper-focuses on this, like, what are you doing right now? Hauling blocks. Okay, to stockpile zone 20. Yeah, you're making them right now. Okay, so if you stay kind of hyper-focused on that, we could probably bang this out. What are my other options here? Some money, a death rest capacity serum, and a cataphract helmet. Or a lot of goodwill. No, let's go honor. After completion, we'll have to protect it. And if it's destroyed, they send 27 guinea pigs after us. Wow! That is the weirdest, coolest threat I've ever heard. I mean, not just like, we're going to come and get you. I'm going to beat you up. I'll see you after school. No, if you fail in my quest, I will send exactly 27 guinea pigs to hunt you down. I tell you what, I don't know if I'm scared of that, but I'm listening to that guy. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. I'm interested in what he has to say, because that man said, I will send you precisely 27 guinea pigs to hunt you down if you fail in my task. That's a man I'm interested in. So we're definitely going to do this. Honor +12, yes. Comments were, we, and by we I mean me, when you're this level of geniusosity, #geniusosity, you can't get bogged down by details. I'm a big picture kind of guy. Ask Mrs. Dave. She's really frustrated by that, actually. So, people in comments were saying to reactivate the royal ceremony, probably get to the next level, and then they will, come again. They're probably not going to come until you get more honors. So this is a great opportunity to do that. So accept that for Mila. The pods are here, everyone. Pods are here. Pods are here right now. Okay. Pop open, slam it into pause mode. How giant is... Oh my God, that's huge. Okay. I don't think I can use this for something. Not now, anyway. I could later. Later I could use this as a barn. Or, like, literally anything else. I don't think I'm allowed to use it during its, cooldown period, for sake of a better word. And something will pop up. Something will pop up and say, you've completed the quest. And at that point, it's mine. I can use it for whatever I want. But right now, this is actually a perfect place to start the whole, The whole plan underground. So let's shuffle these around, to deconstruct those and deconstruct those. I'll build you new ones when I darn well feel like it. Go back to the pod. Let's put the pod down. So let's put this. Like that'd be, I could just do my walls right there. There's a couple of doors up there. I'm going to have a think about that. Are there any doors this way? No. But that doesn't cover as much ground, does it? So how about, and see like here, this area here could be a good like little death corridor. Oh, I like this idea already. This is a fun idea. I'm fun. Put that there. I dare you. Go ahead, put that there. And then keep jamming on stone blocks, Lisa. Like nothing but stone blocks. You have no other priorities right now, right? No, number one crafting. That is it. Just do nothing but... Oh, that's tailoring, Dave. Number one crafting. That is it. Okay? Even if I need tailoring stuff, don't do it. Just focus primarily on this. Lisa's hauling that for reasons that are not adequately explained. Scathe, it's just we bit you like a day or so ago. Is there any chance you're going to do literally anything at all? Because now you're just a bedridden vampire. Now not only are you not contributing, now I've got to feed you blood every now and then. And Oshvat's here only has got so much. I'm draining the kid dry on a regular basis. I see Sissy is moving some of the garbage clothes over here. Where's my... Did I not have a campfire out? Oh, that's right there. It just needs fuel. Okay, it just needs a bit of fuel in there. That's fine. I want to make sure I'm still cutting trees down because I mean, you know, you always need wood. You never don't need wood around here. So let's go ahead and chop some of that, like sort of that-ish. Excellent. Okay, so that'll go in there. Wall there. This is already all walled off. I'll probably keep that door, and then I can back all of this off. I'm seeing this as a vulnerability. I mean, if I'm a raider, I'm coming in and I'm going, whoa, yaks. Well, there's something I'm going to shoot right away. I was going to take the guy's yaks out. A man without yaks is a poor man. I see he's got cows, but I'm not going to bother with that. Nobody cares about cows. Everybody's got cows. Very few people have yaks. I wonder if he's got yak's milk. I could ask him about yak cheese. And we also just killed a rat, too. We've done xenogenetics. Excellent. I really wish I had a whole bunch of components to go along with that. We could start to research the multi-analyzer. It's going to take a while. Actually, I could do standard gravtech. What does that open up? Just bigger things. Bigger tank. Hang on. Whoa. Okay. This is fine. This part is fine. It's raining out. Talk to me about, like, everything else that's happening right now. There's cargo pods up here with corn. Okay, so corn and demonic entities have landed. We've got a corrupted obelisk over here. Right. So, I could study it. We're going to have to keep talking it down off the ledge. So it's got an activity level. It climbs really rapidly. If we don't take care of that, it does this sort of weird demonic explosion, and at that point, virtually anything can happen. Maybe demons will erupt out of the soil. Maybe every colonist will get an evil clone. No, for realsies, that's totally a thing that happens. Hang on, there's a bulk goods trader. Wow, it's all popping off, as the kids say these days. It's all popping off around here. You know what? For right now, study it. Is anyone do dark study? Well, Scathe, obviously. Yeah, I mean, Jonesy, yes. Voltron. Why don't you kind of make that your focus there? And, you know, after you cook things, just make sure you get on the dark study. Bulk's goods trader is way more interesting. Oh, I made them go away. Okay, that's fine. They haven't really gone away. I just need to know where they are. They're just hidden from my view at the moment. Where are they? Where's it? Oh, was that a ship? I actually didn't pay attention. Was that a ship? That might have been a trade ship. Somebody go talk to these people. So, wardening. Mila, yeah, you're basically pretty good at things. Mila, go talk to these people. Yeah, Lorne Lubricants. Yeah, that's exactly who I trust in space. So, what have they got? I could sell a yak. Or two. Yeah, I've got 3 male yak calves. Sell them 2 of those. Don't bother selling the cows. Not now, anyway. They have more cows. If I wanted more cows, I could get more cows. They've got donkeys. They've got all sorts of things. Meals, I got plenty of meals. What I would be most interested in would be components or, yeah, you guessed it, advanced components. Oh, how they've got one. They have a solitary advanced component. Okay, take it. Obviously, take it. Wait, did I? Oh, I sold them yaks. I was wondering why I had money. Dave, you just sold them yaks. That was like 20 seconds ago, dude. You just sold them a yak. I'll ditch this jade, because we're not really going to make anything out of 25 jade. Maybe an end table, but, you know, don't sweat it. Just get rid of that. I have some plasteel, so do they. Ooh, I could just buy some blocks. I know that's counterproductive. I can make blocks all day. But if I buy blocks, then we can get that thing done faster. All right, chef's free friendship. Cooking? Recreation. Okay, totally not there. This is cooking, though. Handbook for sauces. The Mentor of Subworld Construction, Volume 2. Volume 3 was my favorite. Heavy Bridges and Tox Gas. Two things I probably will not ever use, but I kind of want to get it anyway. I might do that, actually. I might get that just to get it. Sell them this garbage thing here. And then what else would they be into? I know they'd be into gold. No doubt they'd be into gold. I kind of want to get all of their components. Let's just start getting rid of the urns. Don't really need that many urns. I'm not sure why I have a steel table. You could put that in the spaceship, though. Hang on, you could put that in the spaceship. I've got steel darklight braziers. I could buy a toy box. I could almost sell a Moshfiat. Let's get back to the concept of... Wow, I only have 39 pieces of human leather. They have 568 pieces of human leather. That's a lot of people they've killed. Definitely want the advanced components. Wouldn't mind... I mean, I need chem fuel for the ship, but we're not going anywhere until we have a grav anchor, so it's pointless to buy that right now. I can make chem fuel later. Let's get... Am I going to buy all of their components? Probably. Yeah, you know what? Because I'm going to be making the biotech stuff. We just researched that. So that's 893 down. I could just spend the money. I've got the money to do it. I wouldn't mind getting this book. I will never use either of those. I don't live in a lake, so I don't need heavy bridges, and I've never used tox gas, and I have no particular intention of using it. But I'm going to get it anyway. I think it's fun to know things I don't know. Would you like to buy a cape? Buy a couple of capes from me. I don't want to give up the gold right now if I don't have to. I don't need kid pants because Sissy has outgrown that. No, wait, she hasn't outgrown that. She's still a kid. I can make more pants. More pants can happen. What else could I sell you? Parka? Yeah, maybe. How about 3 parkas? I can always make more. And then, what have I got here? A camel hide. I have a lot of parkas for some reason. I got a shirt made out of guinea pig. You guys can buy that from me. That'd be great. You know what? That's good. Down 89, but I keep all of my gold. I want to sell the gold for the thing that's going to come along and go, oh my god, I've got to have that, but it's stupid expensive. Like a bionic spine. That would be the kind of thing I'd be looking for there. This is just sort of low rent stuff. I don't really feel I need to do that with these. So 89 down to me. They're a little happier with me. And I should have a ton of stuff somewhere. Is that it there? Yes, much of it has landed out here. Okay, neat. Maybe I should buy stone blocks. It's not the stupidest idea. Let's actually check. What's your name? Lisa. Lisa. Not Lisa Lisa. Your name's not Lisa Lisa. Lisa, I have an important question for you. It's not a question. It's actually a command. So just focus only on marble blocks. Don't do any stone blocks. I want specifically marble blocks. Because when this happens, I want to just be able to do that. Hey, Whitehead, just so I don't forget about this, could you actually work on that? I can tell you right now, I'm going to stop recording this, and I'm going to come back and go, why is there a thing? Oh, we finally finished entity containment. Many demons later. Well, there's the advantage of that monolith. Hang on. Go away from everything right now. Volstrom, was that you? No. You figured it out anyway, though. Okay. Good job. Now we can actually put better things down here. So deconstruct that and deconstruct that. It's actually put down just in case something pops by. Put down an actual holding platform. I know you're saying I don't have enough steel. I assure you I do. Did you put the thing up here? Wow, that's a huge thing. So we're going to put marble in here. So marble blocks. That's what we want to have happen there. And we got to get this done in 15 days. That's not a ton of time. We need a research project. Yes, we need an anomaly research project. How about bioferrite extraction? Let's get that going. Or, yeah, no, bioferrite extraction. Let's do that. That's a good thing to be doing, I think, he says optimistically. We're not really focused on it anyway. Okay, speed things up a little bit more. We've got the blueprints in there, and this is the beginning right here of Plan Underground. Again, it's not an exciting plan. This is not Operation Thor's Hammer. This is Plan Underground. So wall to there, wall over here, maybe up here, maybe make a trap corridor out of this bit here. Oh, this is going to just go together swimmingly. This is perfect. And hopefully Mila will gain enough royalty points to reactivate the, I don't know, the ceremony, the anointing. I don't know. They like say, hey, you're way more royal than you used to be. Good job. Here, summon some people to help you. And maybe Scathe's going to get up at some point. Heal your spine. You can totally do that. It's like totally a thing that Sanguophages can do. They can heal massive critical injuries, even debilitating ones. It's totally true, Scathe. So just kind of get your vampire nonsense together here and get up. That's probably an excellent place, guys, to call it on RimWorld for today. Do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. I know your patience is wearing thin. My patience is wearing thin. I've killed a guy, and you walked in here in that shirt. What kind of umbrella is worth 1,600? Is it woven from unicorn tears? All right, is there an actual fire, or are you just telling me that fire is a thing that exists? Because I'm very familiar with that. Fire loves me, and it wants to be near me at all times. I know you're all saying to yourselves, you know, where on YouTube do I think I could find this? Where do I think I could find this? And you're going to say to yourself, Dave's probably streaming right now.